Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there is Tucker.
Yep, that's me.
And we have the newest, latest, greatest, most luxurious vehicle from Buick. This is the 2025 three-row Enclave Avenir. And we are using it as a family of three would, with those back seats folded down, full of cargo. In this video, we're going to tell you how it fits our family of three. Stay tuned. All right, Holly, I've been excited for this one. I think we are the first journalists to get it. This is the new 2025 Buick Enclave Avenir, their most luxurious model of their largest vehicle. Follow our normal format. What do you think of the styling of this big beast?
I like the styling. You know, the side, to me, the side profile does not seem so big. In fact, I'd only seen it from the side and you were like, she's a beast. And I was like, she is. But yeah, when you see it from the front and in our garage,
Yes.
barely, she's big.
Yes, very big. Barely fits in our two single bay door garage, built in 1963, but it does fit. But it's a big vehicle. It has steadily grown over its three generations, and yeah, she big girl.
Yeah.
But that does translate to a lot of space inside. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Other thoughts on the exterior?
I haven't decided if I like the big grill. I kind of do.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like it, especially compared to the vehicle. I think this goes up most notably, most head-to-head in, and that's the new Lexus TX. We drove the 350, and I didn't so much like the front end of that one. There's a little more differentiation with this. There's like an actual grille with chrome.
Yeah, I do like the actual grille, and I do like the way it looks on the front.
Mhm.
It kind of reminds me of a Disney Cars car,
Okay.
which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
Kind of has personality.
Yeah, it has personality. And I do like this color, this
Yes.
blue color.
Ocean
It's very
blue
pretty.
metallic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Color is a nice segue to coming into the interior, because while you and I were at the State Fair of Texas previewing things at the auto show, they had a white one with a white and navy blue interior. We get the all black, which, I mean, is nice, but it ain't the navy blue interior. What are your thoughts of the interior of the one that we do
Would
have?
you want a white and navy blue interior with the blue, this blue
I
outside?
don't know about the blue outside. No, I don't even know. I guess I need to get on the build and price to see if it's even an option, but I really did like that interior.
'Cause I'd rather have a blue car with the black interior than a white car in a
Okay.
colored interior.
But what are your thoughts on?
Anyways, I really like the look of the inside, and I think there's some like styling details that make it really, really nice. I really like whatever material this is right here.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah, definitely plastic, but meant to look metallic. Yeah, it's plastic, but it's meant to look metallic, and as long as you don't touch it, it comes off as classy. Lots of ambient lighting in here, some fake wood in here, very much fake wood. No doubt about that, but very,
I like it though.
yeah, very classy interior. What are your thoughts? We've got a full continuous screen back behind there, much like the last luxury SUV we were in the Genesis GV80 Coupe.
Yeah, I like it, but it's a little skinny.
Yeah,
on
and
top.
there's a lot of thick borders on this one. So, I don't know. It feels like they had grand ambitions and maybe the bean counters stepped in a little bit, but it still looks nice, curved, free form, as opposed to the square, rectangular.
Yeah, I
of the
do like the
Genesis.
curves of it. One styling detail that I think is interesting are the little perforations here on the dash, because
Also on the door.
I can't imagine that cost very much more than just putting the dash in there. And it gives it a nice little style, so it looks more interesting than just putting the regular dash there. So I thought that was, I haven't seen any other cars do that. I'm sure somebody does, but I like it. It looks really nice.
some of that leather seating material. Speaking of, we have nice leather seats. They're
Yeah,
comfy.
these leather seats are soft. I was like, is this, what is it, like microfiber or something?
No.
But no, it is leather seats, but they're really soft.
Yeah, so very, very comfortable. I do believe you are getting a rolling massage right now.
Yeah, I think it turned off, but yes. I need
Just
to
a
turn
hint.
that bad boy back on.
Yeah.
Let that button go.
Hint of a massage over there for the driver. I don't get one. Oh, I do get one. Driver and front passenger massage, which is nice. Heated and ventilated, which is nice. Second row captain's seats in this one.
I do like the captain seats.
Yeah.
If I was going to get a 3-row SUV, I think I'd get captain seats.
And then a lot of storage up here, though it's exposed, and we know how you feel about exposed storage. There's lots down here underneath this floating console.
I wouldn't say there's a lot of exposed storage. I mean, unless you're calling this exposed,
Yes.
which I don't consider that exposed. I mostly don't like it when it's like right here, all the storage is right here and it's exposed.
Okay.
And no option to like close the lid or something.
Then decent size center console with a
Decent
removable.
size. I could fit inside that center console. It's huge.
And this locks into place. too,
Yeah.
so that's
Well, I
nice.
do like the little tray. As you can see, I've already utilized.
Yes.
Do you think it has 3 rows? Well, if you guessed 3 rows, you are correct.
I know, right? And we've got all of our stuff back there right now. Tons of space all the way around, which I guess is a good segue to putting in Tucker's child safety seat and talking about the space in this one. Coming to the back 2 rows of the Buick Enclave Avenir, I do want to point out some things that adults might appreciate back here. First of all, there is tri-zone climate controls with the controls on the back of the center console, but ceiling mounted vents. Really, really like that. That will come in handy if you have a rear-facing car seat, though these are so far forward, I really kind of wonder, we'll take a look at that in a little bit when we bring in Tucker's child safety seat. And then these seats are very comfortable. They aren't like those miniature second row car seats that we're used to seeing in stuff like a Chrysler Pacifica. These are full-sized captain's chairs. We do have a full armrest here. We have functionality to slide and to recline. So there's all kinds of nice functionality back here. We have some storage on the back. We have some power with USB-C and a full-fledged household power port. We have a little bit of rubberized storage on the back here and a fairly flat load floor. Big storage here, big storage here. Cup holders are on the back of the center console, not here, so you will be reaching a little bit, but all around, it is a fairly usable second row of seats, though I will note we have a little bit of a bump down here around the lower latch points, and you can definitely feel that bump. It's not a smooth, continuous surface underneath your booty back here. We also, for those who need it, have B-pillar mounted handles for climbing in and out, but we will go ahead and bring in Tucker's child safety seat. This is the same one that he used when he was rearward facing. We're gonna go ahead, plop it in that position, and you can see fits just perfectly behind where I've been sitting in this video. Plenty of room for a rear-facing car seat, so if you wanted to make this a young family vehicle, you absolutely could. But as kids grow, they turn their car seats around, and we'll see just how much room that leaves us here in the second row. Again, I mentioned we have that bump around the lower latch points, but they are very far exposed because of that, I guess. So that gives you a very nice target, very easy target to go ahead and secure those lower latch points. Showed you the seat slide, which makes it easy to somewhat blindly come back here and tighten and attach this top tether. The back of the seat is covered with carpeted material, which we'll show you here in just a little bit. All of that makes putting in the car seat from the side a very easy proposition. I give this a solid A+. And one of my favorite features, which is going to come in handy as we climb to the back seat, on both sides, you have a child seat friendly second row seat for access into that third row. So let's go ahead and climb back there and see how much room we have in the third row. All right, you can see the opening is a little bit narrow. I let Tucker try this out, and a 6-year-old did have a little bit of an issue. What about a 37-year-old? How easy is it to, climb back here, get into the back? Decently easy. We'll go ahead and adjust our camera view here. But when you do get back here, it's a decent seat. I've got enough room to put my feet between the rails for the seat back here. But in its rearmost situation here, yeah, it's a little snug. So you're going to be negotiating with the 2 rows in front of you for some additional space. I do have cup holders back here. I'll go ahead and pop that back out. I do have some power here with a USB-C port. That is repeated over there on driver's side. I have ceiling mounted vents up here, which I know I didn't really take a look at when he was rearward facing, but it still gave plenty of airflow back there in the back. This vehicle is wide enough. You could probably fit some narrower car seats, but Tucker's Graco Extend Fit, probably not going to get 3 across back here. While we're talking about child seats in this third row, no lower latch points. A lot of competitors, I know the Infiniti QX60 offer at least 1 spot back here in the back with lower latch points, but we don't get them anywhere across the back. So if you are installing child seats back here in the back, it is going to be with the seatbelt method, not the lower latch points, though we do get top tethers all the way across. Another thing I want to call out, the third seatbelt does retract into the ceiling here to give you a big, large cargo opening, which I guess we can now switch on to the back and show you just how much cargo space this vehicle has. The back of the Buick Enclave is very classy. You can see General Motors is really stepping up their game, even giving white LED taillights here. Of course, yes, they illuminate red when you step on the brake. Full width LED light bar on the back. Very classy design, but we're gonna go ahead, pop this rear hatch open and take a look at all the storage space because you get a ton. Back behind the third row of seats, you can see plenty of cargo space, and you are not going to be hurting for cargo space even with all rows up, all passenger seats filled. But that isn't all. We do have some hidden storage underneath the floor back here. So this is large enough for maybe a couple of carry-on roller bags, definitely a couple of backpacks. Very practical storage here. You can see we've got some plastic wing nuts here that do remove this plastic tray and allow you to get to that spare tire that is hidden underneath, so you don't have to worry about getting a bunch of road grime on it, but you are going to be pulling out all of your luggage if you need to get to that spare tire. You can see, as I mentioned earlier, top tethers all the way across back here on the back, but no lower latch points. We do have a power fold 60-40 split rear seat that folds down very quickly. I feel like a lot of competitors that go on and on, they take so long to fold down, but that actually worked really quickly. You can see I did leave Tucker's child seat or entire car seat pushed forward to show you this section, but the driver's side seat is in its furthest back position and reveals a slight problem here. The seat movements, the sliding mechanisms allow that second row of seats just to get a little bit too far back to power fold these seats down, but I can hit this button right here, power fold that second row seat down, and now I can continue to fold that down, except yes, still. So somebody did not do their trig when designing this, because yes, we have a problem here. We'll note that if you do the second row seats up, like we've got Tucker's seat right there, and then put them back down, the position they land in, their kind of default landing position does give you enough room to fold these seats down, but in their furthest back position, you are going to run into a little bit of a hiccup or an issue. But now, my goodness, look at how much storage space is in this. The Buick Enclave is bigger than it has ever been, and that translates to interior space as well. So I really like that a whole lot. I cannot put that second row seat up, but I can put the third row of seats up. Again, very quickly back here, so I'm impressed with just how rapidly those seats move. This is a power hatch. The button to close it is right there. You can see me at 5'10", plenty of room underneath it to climb in and get stuff in and out. And then, of course, push the button and it comes down to a nice slow close without nabbing you in the process. Okay, we're gonna have to pause a little from cargo. There's a lot back there, by the way, but we are now turning on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas to see how this thing rides. Tucker, how's your wobbly head back there?
It's a little wobbly.
Holly, thoughts?
A little wobbly. Let's see about this one. Oh, it handled that.
Like you could hear it more than you feel it.
Especially with all our stuff back there in the back. And this is riding on massive 22-inch wheels, which normally means kind of a more harsh ride, but there's still plenty of sidewall on the tires to absorb some of those big bumps like that one back there.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, for the big beast.
Pretty surprised. It is a little dirt, but not
floaty.
too bad.
Okay. We'll go ahead and talk about how is power delivery. This has a new 4-cylinder turbocharged, ditching the old V6.
Yeah, the power delivery is good.
You hesitated.
It's been a little sluggish popping in here in and around town.
Yeah.
Just going from like stop sign. But
That little bit of get-go?
Yeah, but once you get it going, it's not so bad once you get it going.
How's the steering? Is it light, heavy?
It's lighter than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah. And we've already commented off camera about the turning radius of this was a little bit better than you had expected.
The turning radius was definitely better than I expected. It does feel like you're driving a big beast, though.
I mean, it is a large vehicle. So yes, we were talking about storage earlier. Those 3-row seats are folded down. There's additional storage underneath that rear section back there. Plenty of room in the 2nd row for adults. If you negotiate, plenty of room in the 3rd row for adults or children alike. Massive panoramic skylight in this one. What haven't we touched on that we normally touch on?
We have a head-up display, 2-person memory seats. What is this, just to make sure you're paying attention, or is there some kind of cruise?
Do you remember from our Suburban?
Is it a cruise?
Super Cruise. Super Cruise hands-free driving, which you and I did 1,800 miles across Texas in a Chevrolet Suburban with Super Cruise. We really like it. Both of us really like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I like that one.
Okay. So
I'm not sold on all of them.
And then we do have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on this big continuous screen. I noted in a short form content that I do believe this is the first vehicle with Apple's extended CarPlay because right now we've got a Google map over there behind the steering wheel. But if I were to put in some locations to Apple Maps, that would change to an Apple Map. So Apple's slowly taking over the interior of vehicles. But lots of different displays. See, there we go. There's our Apple Map. There's your driver assistant stuff, but there's your standard gauge cluster right there. Lots of stuff. Qi wireless charger, volume for that.
Found it.
Auto starts. Yeah, the air conditioning was already starting to putter out on us just a little bit.
Yeah, Bose stereo.
Yeah, upgraded Bose sound system. So you do remember slightly that red Lexus TX that we had last Christmas. And we just got out of a much more expensive Genesis GV80. Those are some vehicles that this is edging its way against. How do you think this compares to one or both of those?
They at least feel smaller. Are they smaller? Okay, yes. They are smaller. Okay. If it were me, if you're asking my opinion, this is too much vehicle for me.
For us, especially.
For us. Yeah. And so I would probably skew on the smaller side of things. And I like the way that smaller cars drive as well. And I don't feel as nervous like parking it in my garage, or I work downtown, so those parking spots are a lot smaller. So for me and our life, this is
a little big
for us. But if you want a big vehicle, I like this one over some of the other ones that we've driven.
Yep. So this one is very nice on the luxuries too. I mentioned the TX. The Acura MDX would be another strong competitor for this. And it is a very large vehicle. I'd say it's bigger than both of those. It's bigger than a Ford Explorer. Like, it truly is a large vehicle. You need to check one out to see if it fits in your lifestyle. But really a lot to like here.
How does it compare to the Chevy that we drove?
The Tahoe? Or the Suburban?
Yeah, the Suburban.
It's smaller than the Suburban. This is a crossover where that was a truck-based body on frame, so but it ain't much smaller. Like,
no,
it's pretty
not
massive.
Much smaller.
Cargo capacity on this one is flirting with Suburban numbers.
I would say that this one feels more luxury than that one.
Yeah. Which is saying a lot because that was the top high country.
Nice to ride in, and we had no complaints about the Suburban, right?
Yeah.
And we were in it for a very long time.
What that has that this doesn't was air ride suspension. We don't have air ride suspension in this. But fuel economy with the new 4-cylinder, 19 city, 24 highway, 21 combined. So
too bad.
Yeah, but you would imagine stepping down to a 4 from a 6-cylinder, you would save a little more on fuel economy. Still a little on the thirsty side.
Yeah, but if you're looking at trucks and stuff like that.
Going up against that Suburban. Granted, we had the diesel. All right, got the window sticker out.
Okay.
What do you think?
85.
No.
Lower, I'm guessing. 75.
No.
Lower than 75? Yes. Lower than 75? How much?
As this one sits, top trim, Avenir, all-wheel drive, 65,125.
65?
For this large vehicle with all its luxury and space.
What, but I had a chance to guess, I would guess 65.
Tucker would have been right on, so.
You're getting good at this, T-Man.
That does undercut both the Acura MDX Type S and the TX 350 from Lexus that we tested. Do you have different opinions of this one now?
I 100% have different opinions about this now.
Yeah.
Because I thought easily in the 80s. Yeah. Never in the 60s.
No.
Never.
No.
That's why you're like, lower than 75? I'm like, 69? 99.9?
No, 65 for this.
I am shocked because you've got the massage seats, the head-up display. I mean, pretty much everything we would want in a car.
It checks all the boxes.
Except they don't have the shades in the back, which we really love. But I mean, it's 65, and I mean, it's a Buick. It's a luxury car.
All right. I have to take it to another vehicle that you've tested and spent a lot of time in. Infiniti QX60 that you did some winter driving in. This is also much larger than that because we've got 3 across in the back. Much cheaper than that as well.
Yeah.
Buick's got a winner on their hands.
Yeah, this is going to be a good seller.
Yep.
Best seller.
Well, there you have it. If you want to know some more stuff from Holly, some behind the scenes stuff, see what she's doing, testing and checking out, find her on Facebook and Instagram at Female Consumer. You can find all things GT Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, you name it. Everything is at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But as for us, we're on a road trip. We're probably going to switch places. I'm going to test out that Super Cruise just a little bit more. Until next time, gearheads. Bye.